Greetings, all undetermined spectators of the World Wide Web. It is a lovely Sunday afternoon, and I am back in my dorm room. I'm going to get right down to the main events, because we've got a lot to go through. Now, as some of you may know from my blog, I, every now and then, write poetry. It's not really been on very prominent lately, just because I haven't been inspired as of yet. But just this past Friday, I went to this poetry slam just in my dorm building, where I heard a girl give a piece of her own work that was apparently written during her high school experience, which got me thinking, what if I wrote a poem at this point in my life about high school, but from the point of view of myself still in high school. Just not sure if you're still with me here. You good? Good. So, I've decided, because, it's mostly a sort of spoken word, you could almost call it a monologue of sorts. And since it's sort of meant to be spoken out loud, I am going to read it for you right now on this vlog. The special thing about this poem is that I will not be posting the text for it on my blog, defreakword.wordpress.com, just because it just is it would be a little awkward, because it's meant to be said. So yeah, if you want to show someone the poem, send them to this video. Alright, so this is called Once Upon an Awkward High Schooler. Let's go. Once upon a time, I, a wise 11th grader, stopped and thought about my past, and how my education passport was ever so full of stamps. From my misadventures in private elementary to traversing the strange landscape of middle school at home. And my most recently failed attempt at completing 2 milestones simultaneously. My first steps into public school, and my first awkward meanderings through all of the beast called junior high. Alas, the safe, warm embrace of education in my own wigwam did call out to me, assassinating the possibility of a fabulous juvenile graduation. And how far I have come. Where once I trembled in fear of interacting with anyone referred to as her, I now flourished with a squadron's worth of female friendship. Why, just the day before this grand reflection, a comrade with whom I had shared 2 years out of 2 in junior high remarked, "Connor, I don't remember you being this awesome." Nor do I, kind sir. Nor do I. And in my, even then, foolish mind, I thought that my 11th grade self was the finished product, my final form, the epitome of everything that ever could be Connor P. Thiessen. But now that I look back, I don't remember being that awesome. I recall trying to convince myself that Taylor Swift's "I Knew You Were Trouble" should not find itself stuck in my head and eventually my heart. I remember thinking that every Harlem Shake video had its own unique twist. And it stands in my memory that I thought beer was overrated. Indeed, I was young and foolish 2 years ago, and thank heavens how far I've come since. Now, where's my fedora? And I see. If you have any comments or questions about that poem that you just heard, please put them in the comments bar. We're now going to move into questions, which is very exciting because this week we have 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 questions to answer from you, my lovely viewers. Let's get started. Question number 1 from our awesome viewer is it faster to Banff or by bus? This question is rather similar to one that I encountered last week when a viewer asked, what is the difference between a chicken? Because honestly, the question makes no sense. The answer to is it faster to BAMF or by bus is on 3.5 wheels. Our next question is much easier to answer. Someone is wondering, what is a doobly-doo? And honestly, I'm sort of glad that this question got asked, just so that I can make a few things known to you guys, so that you're a little more keen YouTube watchers. Doobly-doo is the term used to refer to the description box. It's either down there right below the video, or if you're on Facebook right now, it'll probably be that way. Yeah, that way. Either way, yes, this term is used by YouTubers such as, but not limited to, Wheezy Waiter, Mental Floss, and probably many others. Those are just the two that I know of, but they're pretty big, so I figured I'd use it too. And our third and final question is, how do you make yogurt? Again, this is somewhat similar to a question that I faced last week where someone was wondering how magnets work. It's the sort of question where by answering your question, I had to first learn the answer myself. So I Googled it, of course, and it came out with a rather definitive list of steps that are as follows. To make yogurt, you need 5 things. You need milk, which makes sense. Yogurt's a dairy product. 2, you need a large pot with a lid. It needs to be fairly heavy. The list recommends a 3-gallon Dutch oven, so I guess that works. Number 3, you need a oven. It doesn't necessarily have to work. You just need that area of an oven. Number 4, you do need a working stovetop for heating stuff. And 5, you actually need a bit of yogurt to make yogurt. It makes me wonder how the first pioneers of yogurt making actually made their yogurt, if they were the first to make yogurt. But since it is the 21st century and yogurt has already been invented, you can use yogurt to make even more yogurt. Alright, step 1 to making yogurt is to heat the milk. Pour the milk into the Dutch oven and set it over medium to medium-high heat. Warm it till it's like right below boiling. About 200 degrees Fahrenheit or so. If you want a thermometer in there, do as you please. You're gonna want to stir it gently. Be gentle. Step 2, cool the milk. Let it cool until it's just sort of warm. Just leave it there for a bit. If you want it to go faster because you're living in the 21st century and you want everything to go faster, just put in an ice water bath. So put the entire pot in a thing of ice cold water. And again, gently stirring the milk. Next is to thin the yogurt with milk. So you're gonna want to take a little milk, extra milk, not necessarily the stuff that was sitting in the ice water bath or sitting in the Dutch oven. Just take some other milk and pour it over however much yogurt you need. It says about a cup of warm milk to add to the yogurt. Whisk it until it's smooth. Whisk. it until it's smooth. And yeah. Then whisk the thinned yogurt into the milk that was sitting in the Dutch oven. Yeah. Then you transfer that whole thing to an oven. Don't turn on the oven. Don't want to do that. Just put it in the oven. Make sure that the pot has got the lid on it and everything. Then after that, wait for the yogurt to set. This usually takes a while, at least 4 hours or maybe even overnight. So this is a long-term cooking endeavor. And as soon as that's done, you've got yourself some yogurt. If you don't really want to be going through a crazy YouTube video to learn how to make yogurt, I am going to be putting the website where I got that information, also because this wasn't in my brain before I Googled it. So I want to give the people that I got the information from credit. So that will be in the doobly-doo, which you know about now. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for the questions. Keep putting them down in the comments bar down there. Please subscribe down there. And have a nice day, please. The subscribe button's down there. Have a great day.